He was 3 corners away from history. 6 wins, 7 road courses, 1 record within reach. Shane van Gisbergen had done everything right. He qualified on pole. He set up his car specifically to win, not to score points, not to play it safe, to win. He gave up stage points before the race even started because nothing mattered to him except that trophy. And then, in less than 3 seconds, it was all gone. Not because he made a mistake, not because his car failed. Gone because of one moment, one corner, one driver who carried too much speed into turn 1. 9 cars destroyed, both Trackhouse Red Bull Chevrolets completely wrecked. A record chase that had taken years to build, erased in a single heartbeat. And when reporters rushed over to get answers from Shane van Gisbergen, he gave them 3 words. Ask the next guys. That silence said everything. This is what happened in San Diego. If you are a NASCAR fan who wants the real story, not just the highlights, this is your channel. NASCAR Report Today covers every race, every crash, every consequence with the depth it deserves. Subscribe right now and hit the bell so you never miss a breakdown like this one. Now, let's go back to San Diego. Naval Base Coronado, an active United States military installation, the very first NASCAR Cup Series race ever held on a military base. The Qualcomm Circuit, a 3.4-mile, 16-turn street course. Tight walls, no room for error. Concrete punishes mistakes immediately and without mercy. Shane van Gisbergen showed up carrying one of the most dominant stretches any road course driver has put together in the modern Cup Series era. 6 wins from the last 7 road course races. 1 more win at San Diego would have tied Jeff Gordon's all-time record for the most road course victories in Cup Series history, a record that has stood for years. And van Gisbergen was right there. He started from the pole in the number 97 Red Bull Chevrolet for Trackhouse Racing. And before the race even started, he made a decision that told you everything about how seriously he took this opportunity. He gave up his stage 1 points entirely. His team set the car up specifically to chase the win, nothing else. That is the mindset of a driver who believed completely in what he had. His teammate Connor Zilisch was in the number 88 Red Bull Chevrolet. On lap 23, Zilisch took the lead, the first time he had ever led laps in the NASCAR Cup Series. He led 8 laps out front and looked genuinely comfortable. Both Red Bull Chevrolets were fast. For a long stretch, Trackhouse Racing was controlling the whole afternoon. Then, on lap 29, a gearbox failure brought out a caution. That caution set up a Stage 2 restart on lap 32. That restart is where everything falls apart. Connor Zilisch and Austin Hill lined up on the front row. Austin Hill, driving the number 33 Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet, had won Saturday's race at this same track the day before. Shane van Gisbergen lined up third, directly behind Austin Hill. The field went green, and inside of one corner, the entire race changed permanently. Austin Hill carried too much entry pace into turn 1. He locked up the rear brakes and missed the apex completely, sliding wide up the track. Connor Zilisch had nowhere to go. He was pinched hard into the concrete wall on the outside. Austin Hill hit the wall as well. Shane van Gisbergen, running directly behind them, had 0 time to brake and 0 room to move. He plowed straight into the back of Austin Hill's car and spun out. In less than 3 seconds, 3 of the fastest cars in the race were done, and it did not stop there. Daniel Suarez, Ryan Blaney, Michael McDowell, Riley Herbst, John Hunter Nemechek, Ty Gibbs, all collected in the pileup. 9 cars total, damaged or destroyed. Both Trackhouse Red Bull Chevrolets completely wrecked. The impact was so severe, it physically moved the outside wall out of position. NASCAR threw the red flag. 10 minutes to repair the wall before racing could resume. That same section of concrete had been hit the day before during Saturday's race. Second time in 2 days. Shane van Gisbergen drove his broken car back to the garage, walked to the infield care center, and when he came out, he was a man who had just watched everything get taken from him in a single moment. Reporters surrounded him, cameras rolling. Everyone wanted answers. He gave them almost nothing. What caused the crash? Ask the next guys. He would not say Austin Hill's name, not once. Was it a racing incident? It's just unfortunate. How disappointed was he, knowing he had a car fast enough to win and a record within reach? One word: filthy. That single word carried everything he refused to say out loud. He knew what he had that day. He said his car was unreal fast once the track rubbered up. He called it a real shame, twice. And then he stopped talking. Connor Zilisch was more willing to speak, but just as pointed. He said Austin Hill was pretty far from the wall and didn't give him any space. When asked if it was just hard racing on a restart, Zilisch chose his next word very deliberately. I wouldn't call it aggressive. I'd call it a little more egregious than that. Egregious, outrageous, unacceptable, out of line. Connor Zilisch is a rookie in his first full Cup Series season. He did not drop that word by accident. He wanted every person watching to understand exactly how he viewed what Austin Hill had done. Sunday in San Diego became his 6th DNF of the 2026 season. The first time he ever led Cup Series laps ended without him crossing the finish line. Austin Hill did not run from any of it. I got into turn 1 a little deep and started sliding. On corner exit, I was fully locked to the right, just trying to stay off the number 88. If I had that extra car width and the 88 wasn't there, I would have cleared fine. But knowing he was out there, I carried a little too much entry pace. I hate it for Connor and the number 88 team, and I apologize to those guys. No deflection, complete accountability. He said every word that needed to be said. Whether that was enough for Van Gisbergen and Zilisch, that is a different question entirely. Wrecked cars do not get unwrecked, and lost points do not come back. The standings damage from San Diego hit Van Gisbergen hard. He entered the weekend sitting 14th, safely above the playoff cut line. He left with a 38th place finish and 1 single point. That dropped him from 14th all the way down to 17th, 5 points below the cut line, on the wrong side of the bubble. The good news, next up, is Sonoma Raceway, another road course, his territory. But because of his poor finish in San Diego, he will start from Group 1 qualifying, making it significantly harder to get to the front. Luckily, we've got a good next week, he said. But we'll be in Group 1 qualifying again, which makes it tougher. Just got to go and execute. Connor Zilisch heads to Sonoma, knowing his car had genuine race-winning speed on Sunday. The speed is real. Austin Hill heads there, knowing one of the most respected road course drivers alive refused to say his name in front of cameras, and the whole garage will be watching the first moment all three of them end up near each other on a restart. Corey Heim won the Andretti 250 in his 13th career Cup Series start, giving 23 Wagriad Racing a 1-2 finish alongside Bubba Wallace. Tyler Reddick leads the standing. The series arrives at Sonoma in 6 days. Final numbers from San Diego: Shane Van Gisbergen, 38th, 1 point, 14th to 17th, 5 points below the cut line. Connor Zilisch, 37th, 0 points. 6th DNF of 2026, Austin Hill, 36th. A Saturday trophy, a Sunday crash, 9 cars damaged, both Red Bull Chevrolets destroyed, 1 wall rebuilt, and a record chase that will have to wait. The crash is over. The story is not. If you made it to the end of this one, you know what kind of fan you are. You are here for the full story, not the clip, not the headline, the whole thing. That is what NASCAR Report Today is built for. Subscribe if you have not already. Drop a comment. Was San Diego a racing incident or something more? Was Austin Hill's apology enough? Let's talk about it. This is NASCAR Report Today. See you at Sonoma.